right, folks, we're here at SHOT Show 2025, and today's coverage is coming at you now. All right, so folks, we're here at the Burris booth with Sky. Sky, first of all, thank you so much for coming and helping us out and taking time out of your day. I know SHOT Show scheduling is hectic.
Scheduling is hectic. That's a good word
and
for it.
It's busy. And
no,
you
we
guys
appreciate
have got some really cool stuff, too, that you're bringing to the market. We've got a ton of new stuff from Burris, and Burris is one of our top brands in our optics counter at both of our locations. So we want to talk about, first off, the new red dot that you guys are bringing, which I think is really freaking cool.
Yeah, well, thank you for the support. We appreciate it. We'd definitely make time for you here. But a great product that we've got coming out this year is the new Fast Fire E. Fast Fire E enclosed. This thing is the runs off the Acro footprint. We got a 2032 battery. We are getting at least 60,000 hours on the primary settings.
Wow.
Yeah, no, good run life. We've got we're running what we call our IntelliBright or always on. So we've got up-down buttons on the top. You can change and decrease the brightness, whatever you want. We've got 2 low light, basically night vision type settings. And then we've got 8 settings of daylight, different settings on it. 8 be, the 10 being the brightest. With that, there's a 13-hour timeout. So at 13 hours, it's going to time out and it's going to go back to default back to setting 7. Setting 7 is where you're going to get the 60,000 plus hours. It's going to be visible in most conditions, if not all conditions. But you know, it might be a little bright in some situations, might be not quite bright enough in other situations. So we do have the adjustable brightness. After 13 hours, it defaults back to that. But you don't like the timeout, you want to lock it on a particular setting, we do have programmable buttons so we can turn the timeout on or off, or we can lock the buttons out, so we can set it to setting 8 and lock it, and then it just won't change until you turn it off. And the scope does have a hard off with a long press of the negative button if you do want to, but 60,000 hours with an external battery, give it a couple years and then change the battery out. It's probably going to be your best technique.
Nice.
Features on this thing, we've got left and right adjustment like all of them, 1 MOA tick marks, and then just the robustness of this thing. I mean, It is enclosed, 3 meters waterproof, and I'm not going to say bulletproof, but I mean, this thing's virtually indestructible. So very, very tough. We got a 3.5 MOA dot, a red dot unit, and a green dot unit.
That's fantastic. Now we've got some more stuff on the scope lineup. Let's go check that out.
Yeah, a variable power full field. Burris is launching the new full field. It's a 4x zoom with 4x zoom. I've got a 2 to 8, a 2.5 to 10 by 40, a 3 to 12 by 42 with and without side PA. So depending on the application that you're wanting to use it, we've got both. I've got a 3 to 12 by 56 in a 30 millimeter tube. Those, not specifically for the southeast guys, but a lot of those low light hunters over that field. We've got various reticles in this mix. So whatever your application is, we're trying to get it covered. After the 3 to 12 by 56, we get to the 4 to 16s. So got a couple different 4 to 16s and then a 6 to 24.
Wow.
1 inch and 30 millimeter tubes. This whole line on the launch is coming out in rear focal plane. And really the 2 main features on this is it's a new optical design. So nice, compact, short, lightweight. You're taking the modern rifles to to that extreme lighter weight. You like the long eye relief. We've got very, very forgiving eye box in this scope.
Yeah.
And then one of my main features here, we'll take this cap off, is we're calling it knob synergy. So with this, for the price point, we're going to give you what we call this basic knob, the standard knob on it. And you don't have to, it doesn't have zero stop. It's an MOA knob. You move up and down with it, you set it, and it's nice red color. Maybe helps you keep your, from losing your caps when you go to the range. But what it's also telling you is if it's got this red knob, it has the capability to switch out. You're not boxed in for not having zero stop.
Right.
I can add zero stop. So I can go to here, and for basically $50 here in the US, you can just add it up to you can move it up to a capped with zero stop, or we can go to an exposed with zero stop. So 2 small screws, lift all the product off the shaft and put what you want on there, have a resettable knob. So you're not getting boxed in a corner. I mean, right now you're buying a gun, not exactly sure how you're gonna use it, limited on funds, don't wanna buy something that you're not gonna use.
Exactly.
So you can buy a base model, you get the base knob on it, you can pick the illuminations, you can pick the reticles that you want, the magnification that you want, and then, hey, you might get a chance to go out west, want to do a custom knob or an MOA or a dialing knob. You don't have to buy what you don't need.
Now, what are we talking about price point wise on this full field series?
For Burris Optics, this is going to hit our opening price point. So we're looking at about $160 street price all the way up to $399. So
Wow.
big offering, but definitely a strong hitter for the price point.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, on the higher end, you guys have got something else that, that you guys have come out with. Let's go take a look at that. All right, Sky, I got to say, this is probably the thing that I've been the most excited about since I heard about it, and I am really excited to see this thing up close and in person. What have we got here?
We have the new XTR PS. Last year, a couple years, we've had a lot of success with the Veracity PH. PH stands for Precision Hunter with our programmable elevation knob. This year we're bringing it out into our XTR family with the PS for precision shooting, programmable elevation knob, fully loaded heads-up display, ballistics, menu, shot timer. I mean, we've really got it all in this one. So very, very exciting. So we start off with our already existing successful optical design in the XTR3. So I'll have a 3.3 to 18. Or 5.5 to 30, and all the magic's right here. So we'll still have the PA, but we've got this 3-button program, or this 3-button pad, and then I've got my elevation knob. So it's a clickless elevation knob, 19 mils of adjustment in a single turn, and the resolution on this is 1/30th of a mil. So what does that really just mean? It means at the close distances or the long distances, we're basically getting 1 yard resolution as you run out on the distance. So I'll go over what we got on the heads up display. So we got angle compensation. This is something you can turn on or off. If your rangefinder's already got the whole horizontal distance, you would turn this off. If it doesn't, it'll give you the shooting solution for that distance depending on the inclination of the optic. DA is kind of, as it's became kind of the standard on the elevation air density measurement, you run your DA. Once you've trued your ballistics and set everything, when you push this data to the scope, it's going to send 21 different density altitudes, basically negative 5,000 up to 16,000. So as that changes, you won't have to connect to the scope, you won't have to connect to the phone again, it will be on board. Quick menu, press and hold, and then you can up and down through the menu, go to DA select, and make a DA selection on the fly. So you don't have to connect. A lot of people are scared of the when you bring in electronics, into various things. Short answer, you pull the battery, you still have everything that our XTR3 had. You have a mil knob, mil markings, 2/10 mil reticle. You put the battery back in it, load your data. You've got your data with you wherever you go, and you have the flexibility to change it. Also gives you some information. So we're going to give you your drop. We just as well give you a wind data. This example is it's loaded with 15 miles an hour wind, a 90-degree angle on it. So for 10,024 at density altitude 6K, we're getting a 15-mile-an-hour wind value of 2.2. You would dial your distance to that, and then if it was a 10-mile-an-hour crosswind, you would hold your 2.2. So it gives you the information in the field of view. You don't have to come out of it. We've got to run it at the range day out here. We've been doing testing on it. You can true this ballistics almost basically call it perfect, and then you get 1 yard resolution what you want, and it's fast.
Wow. That is fantastic. Sky, thank you so much for taking time out. We appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Love seeing this stuff. Really excited to see it hit in store shelves. Now, when can we expect to see all of these products coming into the store?
So basically we're going to be shipping the Fast Fire E this month, 1st of February. Full fields will be shipping late February, early March. And this one is also slated to start hitting doors in March.
That is
Yeah.
awesome. We are super excited about that. And thank you again so much for taking time out. We really appreciate you guys.
No, appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by.
All right, so folks, we're here at the Real Avid booth at SHOT Show 2025 with Tim. Tim, first of all, thank you so much.
Absolutely, thank you.
Taking
I
time
appreciate it,
out
Travis.
and showing us the new product that you guys have got. Real Avid is a huge section of our store in the gun store. And I mean, awesome products and well marketed and well packaged. You guys have got some new stuff here. Let's talk about what you guys have got this year.
Yeah, we do, and I really appreciate it, Travis. First of all, thank you for taking the time for coming out and seeing all of our stuff. So this year, what we're doing is we're introducing a family of drivers. Okay, well, I should just say a driver and a family of kits that go along with that. So the heart of that comes in with the actual driver itself. It takes the traditional T-bar setup that you would see in things like fix-it sticks and whatnot, and then gives you two additional options. We call this the X3 series. So what's going to happen here is you can use your traditional T-bar, and then what you can do is now you get the benefits of a ratchet. Yes. Right? And then also if you want to use this and turn this into a nut driver of some sort or a bit driver, right, with the 4-inch extension or just by itself right here, right? So as long as we understand that this is the heart of the system, now it's the components that or the way that the components are packaged, right, to give you all the needs and cover all the desires that you might have, right? So if you're just in the market just for the bits themselves, we have all the different configurations that you would need for firearms here. If you're looking for bits and sockets, we have metric and standard, and then some bit drivers as well. If you need limiters, right, we have two different variations of those limiters. These are basically the same exact kit. One's going to come with a fixed limiter, 15 through 65. One is going to come through a variable limiter, 15 through 65. And I'll show you how both of those kind of work and some of the differences that are associated with that, right? First, if you just take any of the fixed limiters and you come here, obviously that works just like any other bit driver would, right? One of the things that you're going to notice that's a little bit different is you're actually going to hear the click when it gets there, right? Where versus like that just that clutch or that
kind of give.
Yeah, that give that you would have with some of the other competitors. The other thing that you're going to notice is that there is a taper or chamfer right there, and then a shoe, right? And that's going to give you a little bit of clearance, especially getting into those optics and whatnot when you're coming down onto like an SRO or something like that, right? So you don't need to get extended bits. However, if you did, now we have this 4-inch extension, which allows you to do a whole bunch of stuff as well, right? So you can go right into your limiter like such, or if you need it to be in a different configuration, you can work in any of those configurations as well, right? Especially if you needed to get up there, like maybe the nut of an AR handle or whatnot. Now you can get up here like such, anything like that, right? So, if you're not into the fixed limiter, if you want to go into something that has a little bit more variety, you're going to go into your variable limiter, right? The variable limiter allows you to change with the same limiter, allows you to go from 15 to 60, right? The way that works is you use this detent that's right here. You push this into the back. You know that it's open when this piece of sleeve pops out. And now you can change that by turning the top. And there's little clicks. Every click is going to be 1 pound, right? 4 clicks to a circle. So you can start on the 15 and go whichever way you want, obviously, to whatever limitation you need, right? So when you find that limitation, you push that back, whatever your desired limitation would be. And now it's going to have that same format where when it breaks, you're going to hear that click, right? And then you can go ahead and change. Now, people would have been asking, why would I go from variable to fixed, and what are the pros and cons with that? And what I've been telling them is, if you're in a workbench space and you have to go from one torque limitation to a different, it's going to be easier to go to from one fixed to the next, right? if, especially like range bag or anything like that, the compactness and the ability to go back and to have anyone, it's really going to help, especially if you're going to a match or something. If you travel for matches, right? You're not going to want to carry and pack all these away. You're going to have and go with this one unit. However, if I had to do 5 or 6 different limitations, it's going to make it a little bit more cumbersome to switch each time, right? But that's okay in a travel sense. And some people just don't have that space, the workspace, right? So that's for them, right? So different applications for different folks. This is like our X3 series, nice ecosystem. Everything goes together. They all stack together, everything like that.
Nice.
If you want to have independent units, they nest together. Also, if you have any of our previous punch sets or anything like that, those all nest together. They're the same packaging, so it'll nest with all of our previous ones as well.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Also, do you want to know new to this year also?
Yes.
A lot of people love our bench blocks, and they love it because it has the ability to screw and drive down this wedge, and that'll take off any of the slop that you might see in some of the other previous bench blocks that are out there. We had a lot of demand when we came out with the AR-15 and AR-10 versions to start coming out with something on the pistol and pistol caliber carbine division. So we have this, and that's going to be acceptable for 9mm. So PCC and your 2011s and your Glocks and all those things. Now you have an option for that, and it's still going to go into your bench vise, whichever one you want from there.
That is awesome. Now, as far as that goes, when can we expect to see that hitting store shelves?
They're going to be, from my understanding, they're shipping by the end of first quarter, so March, right? And they should be on store shelves shortly after that. So say April, May at the latest.
And same thing for the X3?
Correct, yep. All of them are
That's
coming out the same
fantastic.
SKUs together.
And price point, what are we looking at here?
So if you're adding a limiter, you're between 100 and 150, right? Which is still about a third of our competitors that are out there, right? So you're coming in right at, I think, 149 for the variable limiter, and 100 for fixed limiters. You also have the ability to add additional ones like 12 and 18, 100 pounds if you're doing certain mounts. You might need some of those heavier ones, so you can add them to your needs, and they're going to be $24.99 to add. So $100 for fixed, $149 for variable, and then these two, either socket or bits only, you're looking right around $50 a piece.
Tim, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome, and love seeing you guys here at SHOT Show.
Thank you, Travis. Appreciate you.
So, folks, we're here at the Henry booth with Dan. Dan, first of all, thank you guys so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. We appreciate you guys and love your products. We sell these things like crazy because I got to say, I've really enjoyed the resurgence of passion in lever guns.
Yep.
And I think we can owe that to in pop culture now, seeing all these new Westerns coming out.
Yep.
And I mean, people are just really digging it. I know for me growing up, the hunting rifle that my papa always used was a 30-30 lever gun.
Yep.
That was our do-it-all. And so seeing lever guns come back in style and get really popular again is really awesome. And you guys have got some really cool new innovative products here coming out this year.
Yeah, we do. We're really excited about it. So, if you want to start with the Lever Action Supreme, which I believe you got a chance to shoot on Monday. You may have seen this at last year's SHOT Show. However, the difference this year is that they're actually shipping now.
There we go.
Yeah, so these are ready to go. We're extremely excited about it. It's available in 223 and 5.56 and 300 blackout. So 2 different calibers to start. I'll run over some of the features here. So to get the elephant in the room is it takes AR mag. Yeah. So it ships with a 10-round P mag in the box. There's a 5-round limiter in the box for hunting. And internal hammer design.
Yeah.
So when the action's closed here, everything is sealed off. And because there's no gas system or anything like that, they make wonderful suppressor hosts.
Oh yeah.
So all the barrels are threaded. All the barrels are free floated. So exceptionally accurate. And especially in 300 blackout, suppressed out of a lever action, it's a dream. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really, really pleasant to shoot. And a perfectly viable hunting rifle. Last
Absolutely.
January, I took the prototype 300 blackout to deep South Texas and shot a whitetail at 215 yards, 300 blackout, suppressed, and it got the job done very well. So, yeah. Some other features here. The receiver is aluminum. It's drilled and tapped
Yep.
for an optics base. Adjustable rear sight for windage and elevation using just a simple Allen key that comes in the box. And then you can use that same Allen key to also adjust the trigger pull weight.
Nice.
So the trigger ships at about, let's say around 4 pounds, and then you get about a pound of adjustment either way. So you want to go down to 3 pounds, you want to go up to 5 pounds, you want to keep it at 4 pounds. There's some adjustability there. Really crisp trigger. And, probably, I will confidently say that this is the smoothest lever action, center fire lever action, out of the box.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a completely different action than what you'd see in our 30-30s and our 45-70s and everything like that. It uses a quad bar linkage system, which is connected to the back of the bolt. And it just, it's almost frictionless. I mean, it's effortless. The bolt has a rotating locking bolt face.
Okay.
So it locks up like a bolt action would.
Yeah.
It's for the positive lockup, helps with accuracy, helps with extraction and everything like that. And you mentioned this earlier, but of course, it's a Henry. It has to look good. We're not in the business of designing and building ugly guns. So it's got, some beautiful American walnut on it. This is indicative of the type of wood that you would get if you buy it at a dealer. We use semi-fancy, I believe is the grade,
Okay.
American walnut. And we're putting this on all the guns. Really nice fine checkering right where you need it on the fore end there and on the buttstock. Rubber recoil pad, sling swivel studs are pre-installed. So, what is this used for? It's a hunting rifle, like I said. It's a ranch gun, coyotes, varmints. It's kind of a do-it-all rifle. Anything that you can use your AR for, you can use this for too.
Absolutely.
So there's a whole lot of versatility here. We're super excited that these are getting out on the market now. Feedback has been just stellar. So we're really proud of this one, and more calibers to come. The way this action is designed, it's very adaptable.
Nice.
So there's a lot of different stuff we can do in terms of caliber choices here. Basically, if there's an established magazine on the market that we can use, we can pretty much build the rifle to whatever that caliber is.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Like immediately in my mind, I'm envisioning, of course, like a 308 or something like that. And I'm like,
so
that would be
308 and 6.5 Creedmoor probably next on the chopping block for this platform. And that really gets you into the hunting territory for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Now, did you say these are shipping now or?
Yeah, shipping now.
That is awesome.
Yeah, we started shipping them to our distributors about a month ago.
Okay.
Suggested retail price is $12.99. So, go visit Smoky Mountain and
that's
see what
right.
they can do for you.
Absolutely. And you guys have got a couple of other new things here to show off as well.
Yeah, so this is, here at the show, we're unveiling what we're calling the Special Products Division, or you'll see it used as SPD for short. And basically what it is it's kind of like our Skunk Works division, or a performance center. The difference between SPD and your, the performance center that you might know from other companies is, when you think of a performance center, you're taking an existing gun and just kind of making some bits and pieces better to make the overall product a little bit better, whether it's reliability or, whatever it is. With SPD, what we want to do is hone in on a very specific use case, and then build the best rifle or shotgun or revolver or whatever it is to suit that use case. So this is a prototype of the first product that will come out under SPD. And what we wanted to do with this is build a rifle that's a lever action that's optimized for use with a suppressor. So like I explained with the Supreme, you know, lever actions make such great suppressor hosts.
Yeah.
But when you put a can on the end of it, you're throwing the weight forward, you're adding weight forward of the receiver, you're adding weight overall, and you're throwing off the balance. And lever actions, you know, part of the beauty of a lever actions, it's trim, it balances really well.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted to solve that. So we solved that with this carbon fiber barrel.
Yeah.
So this is made by BSF. We're really happy to partner with them. They made a killer barrel for us. Making a barrel for a lever action is different than making a barrel for a bolt action. You got a lot of attachment points here, so it needs to be designed a little bit differently. But basically, the result of using this carbon fiber barrel and this skeletonized aluminum forend here, this is made by Tapco, is weight savings.
Yeah.
So with the weight that we're saving here, it offsets the weight added here.
Right.
And it brings the balance back to where it should be. So for all intents and purposes, you know, what you end up with is the ability to put a suppressor on the rifle, and it's free from a weight and balance perspective. This is this particular one is a 4570.
Yeah.
And you know, this carbon fiber barrel also happens to be a match grade barrel. So this 4570 will pretty much shoot the same hole at 100 yards. It's exceedingly accurate. And then we have laminate buttstock here that we did some things to internally to make it a little more lightweight. So when you pick this up, it's like, wow, okay, yeah, that is that's definitely light, and we have a can on here too. So these will be shipping by spring 2025.
Nice.
We're going to do it in 4570, 3030, 357 38 special, 44 mag, 45 Colt to start.
Covering
like
all of it.
Yeah, exactly. So this is, like I said, this was the use case for suppressor use. This is the suppressor optimized lever action. Other things we want to do with SPD would be things like, how can we build the most accurate lever action out of the box? How can we build the most competitive cowboy action shooting rifle out of the box? How can you build you know, the best backcountry rifle, stuff like that. And what we're doing with SPD is collaborating with industry partners, people outside of the industry. Maybe they're a metallurgy company, and they've got some cool things going on with some materials they're using. You know, we look at that and see if there's a use for that in whatever the use case is that we're exploring. So it's a really fun process. It's really been fun to put this together, and it's done for a purpose. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So we look forward to getting these out there too. And just to show you another prototype, and maybe you all will leave some comments and on wherever this gets posted. This buttstock, again, was made by Tapco. It was a prototype. Both of these they built specifically for this rifle. We didn't want this to be, you know, fat and blocky and everything. It needed to be trim, but it needed to do the job, and it needed to not weigh a lot.
Right.
So then they developed this buttstock, and you know, we're just kind of showing it off here, getting people's feedback. You know, would you rather have the laminate, because then, you know, you have the wood interfacing with you, and it feels like a lever action a little bit more. It's also a little bit lighter. And then, yeah, they made this buttstock for us with the adjustable cheek piece here, a nice aluminum quiver, and And these probably look familiar because these are 1911
1911 grips. Yeah.
Yep. So, you know, you can mix and match and make it your own. You can put wood on here, so, you know, you're still interfacing with wood. Or you could do, you know, whatever, meteorite. I mean, I've seen some insane
Oh yeah.
grip panels. So
There's been some crazy ones.
yeah. So we'll, you know, we want to keep looking at this buttstock, but, you know, if you've got some thoughts on it, let us
Folks,
know.
in the comments down below, let us know which buttstock version you like best, the laminate or this prototype Tapco right here, which I think is super cool.
Yeah.
I love that thing.
One way or the other, I hope we can make both options available.
Nice. And
So-
price point wise, where's that one going to be coming in at?
Well, we don't have a final price yet. If I had to throw a number out there, I mean, this is a premium product built to be
Yeah.
top of the stack. So you're, you know, maybe in the neighborhood MSRP of, you know, in the 1800 range. Should come in sub 2000. But if you want the best suppressor host,
Oh yeah,
this
that's
is it.
exactly the way to go.
Yep.
For sure. And you guys have got something a little glitzy here for the anniversary of something.
Yeah, so this year is the 250th anniversary of the United States Marine Corps, and we're not going to let that go unnoticed. So this is serial number 1 of the what we're going to call the Spirit of the Corps Tribute Edition. We do, geez, I mean, over a dozen tribute editions at this point.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the next to hit the catalog. So we have, you know, Iwo Jima on the buttstock here with the selective hand-painted flag of the United States of America. The right side of the receiver cover here, you know, has some of the more modern day elements of being a Marine, of course, celebrating 250 years. And then from the halls of Montezuma is the start of the Marine Corps hymn. The reverse side here says "To the shores of Tripoli." So the hymn starts from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. Not sure where it goes from there, forgive me, but and then some historical elements on the back as well, going back 250 years.
That
So this is built on our Golden Boy platform. It's a 22.
Yeah.
We're going to have a 4570, maybe different configuration available at some point later this year that we're actively working on now. And this will be available at every dealer. So
Heck yeah.
yeah.
And what are we looking at price point wise for the 22 here?
We don't have the price finalized on this one yet either, but if it falls in lines with the other tribute editions, which it should, you know, suggested retail will be somewhere around like 1,100, 1,200, something like that.
And a beautiful heirloom product, right?
Oh yeah,
there.
this is all, again, American walnut, of course. This is nickel plated, polished nickel plated. This is all selective karat gold, 24 karat gold plating in here. Heirloom piece, you said it.
That is absolutely beautiful. Dan, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. We appreciate you taking time out of your schedule
Happy to.
and talking to us, and really looking forward to getting these in our store. All right, folks, that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it. And stay tuned, because we've got a lot more coming up tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Stay tuned for SHOT Show 2025.